Hollywood had never seen a partnership quite like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, a duo so seamless on screen it felt almost unreal. Yet in 1939, at the absolute height of their fame, they simply stopped. No announcement, no dramatic fallout, just silence that left audiences wondering what could possibly break apart the most beloved dance team in film history. The truth, buried beneath years of glamour, was far more complicated than anyone imagined. It was a story of ambition pulling in different directions, of unequal recognition, and of a Hollywood system that quietly wore them down. Astaire, born in Omaha as Frederick Austerlitz, had clawed his way up from grueling vaudeville stages alongside his sister, mastering perfection through hardship and discipline. Rogers, born Virginia McMath, carried her own turbulent past, from family instability to early independence, and built herself into a star through sheer resilience. When they first met on Broadway in Girl Crazy, there was no spark, no hint of destiny, just two performers crossing paths. But everything changed with Flying Down to Rio, where their brief dance stole the spotlight and ignited a phenomenon Hollywood couldn't ignore. From there, film after film, Top Hat, Swing Time, turned them into icons of escapism during the Great Depression. They made elegance look effortless, but behind every glide and spin were brutal rehearsals, injuries, and exhaustion. Rogers danced every step backward in heels, often in pain, while Astaire pushed relentlessly for perfection, demanding dozens of takes until every movement was flawless. Yet despite matching his talent step for step, Rogers was paid less, credited less, and often treated as secondary in a partnership that depended equally on both. Tension grew quietly. Astaire longed to evolve artistically beyond the formula that had made them famous, while Rogers wanted to prove she was more than just a dancer, that she could carry serious dramatic roles on her own. Off-screen pressures didn't help. Astaire's marriage to Phyllis Potter created a guarded atmosphere on set, while Rogers struggled to maintain personal relationships under the weight of relentless filming schedules. Then came the moment that shook everything: the box office Poison label in 1938. It was a public blow that suggested audiences had grown tired of them, even as they continued delivering quality work. Films like Carefree and the story of Vernon and Irene Castle failed to meet expectations, and suddenly the unbeatable duo seemed vulnerable. What once felt magical now felt risky to studios. By the time their final RKO film wrapped, the decision wasn't explosive, it was inevitable. They walked away not in anger, but in quiet understanding that their era had reached its natural end. Still, their story didn't end there. Astaire reinvented himself with new partners, continuing to innovate and surprise audiences, while Rogers proved her depth by winning an Academy Award for Kitty Foyle, stepping firmly out of the shadow of their partnership. A decade later, they reunited one last time in the Barclays of Broadway, and for a brief moment, the magic returned. Slightly older, perhaps softer, but still unmistakable. It wasn't just nostalgia, it was a reminder of what they had created together. In the end, there was no single reason they refused to keep working together. It was everything at once: ambition, exhaustion, inequality, and change. As Rogers later reflected, everything has its time. And for Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, their time didn't fade, it simply became legend.